Think about this. Among all the voices, all the distractions, all the paths that brought you here, this message found you. It's not an accident. It's a divine appointment. This moment is sacred. Your heart is ready. Your spirit is open, and heaven has something deposited in you. You have walked through seasons of silence. You have prayed in the dark, cried in secret, hoped against all hope. But today a new page turns. A gentle, yet powerful breeze is blowing over your desert. God is writing a new chapter, a chapter of restoration, revelation, and rebirth. This is not the end. This is the beginning. For you are not forgotten. Even if the world ignores you, even if your name is not on the lips of men, it is engraved in the palm of God's hand. Every tear you've shed, He has collected. Every whispered prayer, He has heard. Every buried dream, He is preparing to resurrect. You stand at the threshold of a prophetic shift, a season where what was closed begins to open. What was dead comes back to life. What you thought was lost, God is returning with power. You were not cast aside. You were in training. God hid you not to abandon you, but to prepare you. You were like a seed buried, unseen, yet destined to sprout at the perfect time. And that time is now. Prepare your heart. What God is about to release in your life is unlike anything you've ever known. Unusual favor, heavenly connections, doors that only open with the key of faith. You won't need to force it. You won't need to beg. God Himself will speak on your behalf. You are entering a season of clarity. What was confusing becomes clear. What was blurry becomes divine direction. The Spirit is inviting you to let go of the weight of the past, the voices of doubt, the chains of delay. He calls you to walk boldly, like one who knows heaven is with them. This message is an activation, a living word, a heavenly seal upon your soul. And if you feel that tension in your heart, that gentle fire burning within you, know that it is the Spirit confirming this word is for you. Do not ignore it. Do not push it away. Receive it with faith. God is lifting you up, not for your glory, but for His. He is equipping you, not just to survive, but to reign in your calling. He is calling you, not because you are perfect, but because you are chosen. You are an ambassador of the kingdom, a bearer of light in a world that is crumbling, an instrument in the hands of the divine. So rise, wipe your tears, hold on to this truth. You are on a mission, and nothing, neither hell nor man nor fear, can stop what God has begun. And now listen closely, for heaven is still speaking. There are things you have forgotten, but God never erased them. Promises you thought had withered, but were simply in divine gestation. You thought it was over, but it was only the sacred pause before the glory. The silence wasn't abandonment. It was the wait for Kairos, the perfect moment where heaven and earth meet. You were cut, shaped, and forged in invisible fire. Every delay was a sharpening. Every loss, a purification. Every detour, a divine redirection. God protected you even when you thought He had rejected you. He closed doors because He wanted to open the right ones. He removed people, not because they were bad, but because they weren't part of your future. Don't cry over what left, because what's coming is more glorious. Your vision is now opening to realities only awakened hearts can discern. You are no longer your old self. You have grown in the unseen. And God says today, I am bringing you into a higher dimension, a dimension of peace in the storm, a dimension of unshakable faith, a dimension where your voice will carry anointing, where your words will echo like heavenly seeds in broken hearts. You are not called to repeat what others say. You are called to proclaim what heaven is saying. Your atmosphere is shifting. Your environment is responding to your spiritual alignment. Things are beginning to move, not because of you, but because the one who dwells in you has risen. You are a lamp in the night, a river in the desert, a witness of the supernatural. You stand at the border of the invisible, where promises take shape, where the breath of God forms what man cannot imagine. You thought it was the end, but it's the dawn, because God is the author of new beginnings. He resurrects buried dreams, awakens forgotten visions, and calls into being what you no longer dare to hope for. Look with eyes of faith. Listen with the ears of the Spirit. There's a whisper in the air, a new beat in your heart. It's not an emotion. It's a call, a divine signal. You are marked, set apart. You cannot blend in with the crowd, because the light within you sets you apart. You are a bearer of glory, a witness of the kingdom, and in the coming days, you will see the hand of God move mountains, open paths in impossible places, and lift your voice in places where it was never meant to be heard. For it is not by your strength, nor by your merit, but by the Spirit of the Lord. He is restoring your identity, healing the deepest wounds, and placing on you a crown that no one can take away. Even those who ignored you will see. Even those who left you will return, not to lift you up, but to witness the faithfulness of your God. Your desert becomes a spring. Your solitude becomes a sanctuary, and your pain becomes a testimony. You may not know how or when, but rest assured, heaven is moving, and you are being led into your prophetic destiny. There is a fire in you that the world did not ignite, and that the world can never extinguish. That fire is the presence of the one who formed you before time began. That fire is the eternal call echoing in the depths of your soul. Even when you doubt, he still believes in you. Even when you fall, his hand remains outstretched. Even when you hide, he seeks you. For you are his masterpiece, his temple, his child. You are loved with an unconditional, incomparable, incorruptible, indestructible love. You don't need to be perfect to be used. You don't need to be ready to be called. For it is in your weakness that his power is revealed. It is in your humility that his glory descends. You are living through a holy transition. One season is closing, another is opening before you, and you cannot walk forward with old baggage. God invites you to release what was, to embrace what is coming. Do not cling to the ashes while the rain of glory is about to fall. He calls you to walk on water, to step out of the boat of fear, and fix your eyes not on the storm, but on the master of the storm. The road may be narrow, but it is paved with his presence. You will never be alone, for heaven walks with you. The angels stand in silence, attentive to the beat of your heart, because something in you is beginning to vibrate at heaven's frequency. A divine alignment is forming. An invisible but irreversible shift is taking place. You were broken, but never abandoned. You cried, but every tear was collected in a heavenly cup. You walked alone, but never without being accompanied. For the one who sees you in secret will raise you up in the open. He is the one who restores the years the locusts have eaten. He is the one who gives song back to the voiceless and strength to the breathless. And at this very moment, a spiritual mantle is descending upon you. It is not an illusion. It is an activation, a transformation. You will no longer be a spectator, but a vessel of God's movement. No longer forgotten one, but the chosen one, the carrier of sacred fire, the bearer of a heavenly message. Doors you thought would never open will swing wide without you having to push. Connections you never sought will arrive as answers to long-forgotten prayers. Resources you didn't ask for will be released in alignment with your calling. For the Lord never sends without providing. He never begins a work without completing it. You were formed for this hour, anointed for this generation, chosen for this moment. So rise, with faith, with hope, with a peace that nothing and no one can shake. For your time has come.